Zeophates, oxygen not included, tutorials, tips, and tricks. So today I'm going to start looking at what I call Tier 2 automated food. For that, we're going to need to do a few things. First, we're going to need research. What research do we need? Well, we need solid transport, which takes a hefty amount of other research. And the unfortunate part about this is in skills, in order to build the majority of what we need, you need mechatronics engineering, which means you have to have a dupe with at least 5 skill points. So that's why this is a tier 2, is because it requires a lot for skills. But they need that to construct. Well, I don't need it because, well, we're in sandbox mode. So what does tier 2 mean? What is it doing? Well, the first stage of tier 2 is we're going to go in here and we're actually going to shut off the egg cracker. I don't want it anymore. It is a bad... Yeah, that'll be solved as soon as the liquid drops below a certain level. Let's just quickly, because it's annoying me. That'll allow the CO2 to drop over here and allow the oxygen to flow through. Anyways, so we need to do some modifications here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be setting up what I call a automated kill chamber. Well, what do we need for this automated kill chamber? Well, very first thing we need is a conveyor chute. You're going to need to surround that with 2 spaces above it here with tiles. And you're going to want to put a pneumatic door there. And you're going to want this locked. In this one tile here, you're going to want water. And there's a reason for this. What we are going to do is, for shipping, we need to build an auto sweeper, which you can see the range that the auto sweeper can move. It's got a fairly chunky range. But now you see why we use those doors that we did, is because it's blocked by solid blocks, but it can go through the doors. So we're going to place one there and one there. These do need power, by the way. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a conveyor loader. One there and one there. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can have multiple conveyor loaders, one set for, in this instance, critter eggs. And the other set for everything else. But I'm actually going to set this to all standard. I'm basically going to let it grab everything. With the sole exception of whatever food source I'm feeding the hatches. In this case, I'm feeding them meal lice, so I don't want this thing to accept meal lice, because otherwise this thing's just simply going to grab it from here, shove it into here, and we don't want that. What I'm also going to do is we're going to grab our conveyor rail, and this can go through walls and chambers and everything else like this. We're going to bring it along and connect it to our drop chute. So the last thing we need is power. The one thing to realize about this system, because we actually don't need these storage units anymore, the key thing to realize about these systems is even though they have a hefty power requirement, because it's going to cost 240 to run both of these, and they both need to be powered. Well, they're not going to be active for very often throughout standard operation. They will at the start, because they're going to be picking up all the sandstone, they're going to be picking up everything that drops and all stuff like that. They will at the start chew through your power and everything else like this, like nuts. But what's happening is everything that's in there, including any eggs that get spawned, are going to get shoved right here. Why is that a good thing? Well, the reason why is because they ran out of power. See, that's why they need power. So this up here is finished. And I'm actually going to use it as a demonstration. Again, we got our eggs. So say these hatches, I have 5 hatches in there and it lays 5 eggs. It's going to grab those eggs, it's going to shove them out here, which is then going to go onto the conveyor. Those hatch eggs are going to eventually, I do say eventually, they're going to make their way and they're going to drop right here. Even though these hatch eggs are sitting here, they are still incubating. And as soon as the incubation hits 100%, they're going to hatch. But the dupes can pull stuff through this here, but these critters can't go through here. So what's going to happen? Well, as soon as one of these is empty, let's just quickly here, because I've got to destroy it. Let's do that. Let's get this hook back in. We're going to reset that to hatch. Yeah, you see he reached through that door, grabbed the hatch, and it goes in there. Which is exactly what we want to have happen. So why this one tile of water? Well, if we come through here, grab our hatches and our hatchling. He spawns there. That's him hatching. Watch what happens. He drowns. Immediately he starts drowning. And he can't get out. He's trapped in the water. And unfortunately, he's going to die. We're going to kill him. There's a reason why it's called an auto-kill chamber. And because he now died, we now have meat. 3,200 calories of meat. Which when we come over to here, well, we set it for barbecue. Right. So now we have barbecued meat that we're going to be gaining. And that barbecued meat is going to give us even more food. Because barbecued meat is going to take 3,200 calories of meat, and it's going to make 4,000 calories of morale plus 8 food. That's tier 2 food production right there. You're still getting your eggs in the system. You're still going to have them hatch. But the system is now automated to a degree. The only thing the dupes need to do is come in and drop food. That's it. So that's the only input they need. And this system will run forever. And you can shove, quite literally, every single last egg in the game here. The only catch is if you dump Pacu eggs, which are fish, or any of the fish mobs' eggs in there. First of all, any egg that you have that's going to be able to make its way into this system, you want at least one incubator set to that egg type. The reason why you want this is so that you can rebuild the population if something goes wrong. For Pacus, if you have, say, a Pacu farm, which I will show you later, and the Pacu eggs go in there, the Pacu are going to be in there, they're going to live out their entire lifespan, and they're going to drop their own eggs in there. But they will eventually die of old age and give you fish fillet, which then you barbecue, and that's another food source. So, yeah. That is tier 2 food.